Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Sunday evening in Britain. Um, and I hope you're well. I want to explore some ideas and some understandings, share some understandings with you today. And also begin to recognize that we, at a micro level, how we can influence the macro, what is the process of this influence that we can move into. So we are now approaching the end of February. We're moving into March, and days are getting longer, nights are getting shorter. And as the spring begins to become more present through flowers, through the trees, this is our opportunity to acknowledge the growth, to align ourselves with that growth so we can take advantage for our health, well-being, and harmony, because that's really what health is. Sag is harmony. It's this inner balance and outer expression, which is in harmony and balance. Mariana, good to have you. And so we have this ability now to align ourselves through a process of a build-up. So there are three aspects to this particular notion. If we wish to change the reality that we are engaged with or is being imposed with us, then a we need to have an intention. We need to have an intention which does not harm the other, an intention which does not feed our sense of ego, nor is this intention to accumulate. So this intention that we are now starting to move into, we are moving into this new process of using the harmony and energy of spring in order to participate in the world that we want for ourselves and for others. How can we participate and create a world for ourselves and others? So if we meet those three conditions that I spoke about, um, then the next thing is to have a clear intention. And the intention that we can create, which is selfless yet feeds the self as well. This is the secret of selfless service, seva. Selfless service is the most selfish thing you can ever do, because the impact it has on you as a human being, as the expression and evolution of this being. And selfless sometimes is as simple as sitting with our breath. Yeah, it's enough to open that selflessness. So once we bring an intention that has a result of selflessness, has a motivation of selflessness, and therefore the result will be selfless, paradoxically, which is beneficial for the self. How paradoxical can that be? Anyway, so moving into this intention. Today, we are now within a situation in which there are many factors which do not serve humanity. They do not serve humanity. They are almost at the expense of humanity. And these things could be health, this could be deforestation, this could be domestic abuse, this could be child abuse, this could be human trafficking, this could be slavery, this could be exploitation, this could be the pandemic, this could be the fear, this could be the corruption. If we identify an element that we feel would benefit humanity, and it could be an element to do with war, or it could be an element to do with the mask. Whatever is your choice makes no difference. The very intention, that is, this is, may this action, may this intention be my contribution to the energy of spring to bring a new beginning, a new paradigm that is based on common humanity, that is based on respect and non-exploitation of self and the other, which is based on the crux of what it means to be alive and how the quality of your life depends on your emotional state and your health. And your emotional state is influenced by your mind. So, by bringing some of those learnings together, we create an intention. May our intention be to contribute to that which serves the best interest of humanity and life. Maybe as simple as that. To serve the best interest for humanity and life, knowing the sacredness and reverence for the life that is contained in those words. If the intention is that, then the next stage is to bring some knowledge into this. The next stage is to add some content to it. Why is it that you wish to eradicate, let's say, human trafficking? What is your motive to do this? Is it something that you've just heard? Or is there an emotional component that you can relate to the human beings, the suffering? What is your motivation? This is the part of bringing emotion and knowledge. By looking at that which you wish to serve humanity by its removal. So, for example, I make no secret of this. I feel covering your mouth um, has beneficial effects in certain circumstances, under surgery, working in a dusty environment, um, working within toxic fumes. But I think the having children wear them, I think having old people wear them, people with respiratory situations, I think is wrong. So for me, what serves humanity is knowledge, is the understanding. What am I doing and why am I doing it? And you can only do that for yourself, right? And if you can't rely on yourself, then be sure you know who you're relying on, because there are many scams that can be taken care of. So knowledge, intention to serve that which is best for humanity, intention to burn away the darkness of ignorance, intention that which benefits life, the sacred space that we all share for a moment in time. How do we serve it best? With that intention, we add some knowledge, and then we the action. And this is the action that we are now organizing through the center and through our colleagues. And I ask everyone that's listening, please be part of this. Please be contribute to this. And I know my friends in Sandra and Pilar and a few others have already started to look at this, and I've got other ones at the moment who are watching from different parts of the world. What we wish to create an event, we wish to move towards a one singular act that you can do in wherever space you're in. You could sing a song, you could burn a mask, you could do whatever you want to do, simply to express your intention. That's the action. And it's an event that we can contribute to our own space in our own way, that is to do with the welfare, adding to the energetic shift that we are now into, adding to the well-being of that. And in that little celebration that you may do for yourself, is in fact a profound ritual, in fact is something that is so powerful that it is It is an expression of life and living. So we invite people to participate, to organize, to work with us, to work together towards this collective space, moving towards the 21st of March. This collective space, this transition from 20 to 21, this transition collective place in which we can contribute somehow. We can contribute somehow. And I've had some wonderful people who have contacted us and are already saying, hey, count me in, and beautiful sentiments that are starting to generate this energy of hope, energy of optimism, a energy that has been dampened, an energy that has been caught up in fear, the energy that is now starting to say, okay, it's a new day, right? Where do we go from here? You've had a year of being pushed in certain situations and being imposed, and for your own safety, however you want to see it, you had a year of it. Time to make up your mind. Do you move forward with this? Do we allow the impact on the children to continue? Do we allow the impact on people in their terms of your health, well-being to continue? The impact of fear to continue? Do we do this, or do we say, you know what, it is what it is. We need to deal with this, right? And if those people feel pressurized in making decisions, stand your ground. Whichever side you're on, stand your ground. Unless you have been persuaded through your own critical understanding, not because of pressure. Um, Time to look at our own sovereignty. Actualization, realization, sovereignty. The three elements that we have always done, put together in order to express the basis of Gurma therapy and the philosophy of the flame. How about a pulse prayer mantra? Midday all over the world, recite prayer, send song, good vibes. Then for one day, 24. This is beautiful. We already have one beautiful contribution from Alan. Thank you, Alan. And here we are now starting to put something together, something that we can contribute to. So as we begin to collect this momentum, it is one that at the basis of it is the welfare of all existence. That's the bottom line. Sarbat Dapala. It is for the welfare of the whole existence based on the teachings of Nanak. That's it. And so it's not about any kind of anger or any of that. No, this is the emotion of this is not fear. The emotion of this is celebration. The emotion of this is to be part of something. And you can be part of this in whatever way. And perhaps, some of my colleagues that are looking at what's going on in places like India with the farmers, maybe we can look at something that can enable a collective act. And the Sikhs have this beautiful thing called Ardas, which is a collective act that brings this whole process together. And why spring? Why equinox? Why equinox? Because it is the transition. Everything moves in cycles. Either you can go up like a surfer, uses the cycle of the surf. You can either use this surf, or you can be moving one way or wishing to move one way while the surf is going on top, which is what we do by celebrating New Year's in the middle of winter, right? So what it is you want to have all these resolutions, but the surf is on top. So you ain't going to get anywhere, which is why most resolutions fall apart. So we are now moving into this new understanding, an understanding based on cycles, frequencies, vibrations, Oankar in its expression, right? So these cycles, it's coming now. And as we are moving right till the end of our dip and just about to come out, and you can see little glimpses of it with the flowers, with the trees, with the warmth, just this glow around life, just saying, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. And this is our time now to prepare ourselves towards that. And so We will put some details on the Flame website. And we will include as many people as possible. Please spread it out. Please contribute. We will put as much detail as possible. But I felt today was the session that we needed to introduce this in a wider context and show you and participate in this wonderful creation called life, in which your intention, with the right knowledge and information and emotional energy, participated and perpetuated and catalyzed through an action. And this is why they have rituals. It is not empty. For those who understand what they're doing, it is not empty. For those who don't understand how it operates, they become empty. So it's important to realize that you, as human beings, are this light, which is part of the whole thing. You can contribute to this. You can be part of the micro, which will affect the macro, drop by drop. Yeah, drop by drop. You know, Ganges, or Ganga, as they call him in India, is a really powerful river, and it is the sacred river. It's a very big river and a very wide river, but it actually starts off with a trickle in Gangotri, with a trickle. Yeah, it is by trickle, trickle, and each one of us is a trickle. We are a drop in this whole space of energy, and by participating in it, we contribute to the whole. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we're looking at in terms of some understanding of the energetic space we're in. There are five things that you can look towards, right? You know, we always look towards things that we should do. Yeah. So we have a to-do list. Well, this is not to-do list. Things we put in our, these are the things I'm not going to do. Right? These are the things I'm not going to do. Now, if we look at it from that perspective, then we can start looking at things that we can consciously put in that list, that we, just like a to-do list, has the same emotional impact. And that is this. All right, what are the things that we shouldn't do? The first thing is, do not engage in conflict. In arguments, do not disengage from all of that. Just disengage. Two, in this disengagement, maintain your own sense of peace. Yeah, that's your meditation. Your meditation will now become the medicine that brings you to disengagement from the noise, peace for yourself, and then in that silence is where the communication takes place. We get much in that silence. It is in the silence that we are the closest to the source that you are. And it is in the silence that you will recognize insights. So out of that, so these are the things that we maintain. Things that we don't do is we don't engage in conflict. We don't engage in putting stress on ourselves. You know, honor yourselves as well. You know, accept shortcomings for what they are, but we also have to accept that we are as we are in our imperfections. Yeah, accept ourselves. The changes that we are now starting to go through, or energetically, there are five signs that we can be aware of, that you can then put in your to-do list or in the list not to ignore, right? The first thing is water leaks. If you're having water leaks near you, in your house, that's one thing. Two, if there are electrical things that are interrupting, not working consistently. Three, if you feel a little bit unstable on your feet, or you know there's nothing there, but you feel like you're about to trip, or tripping over yourself frequently. Four, if there are dreams in which you have characters like dogs barking, or What else is that? What else is that? There's dogs. There's dreams of running. There's dreams of falling. There's dreams of being in those kind of environments. Then don't ignore that. Don't ignore that, because all of these signs are telling you something. They are telling you there is something going around near you or within you or around you that's slightly out of balance. Slightly, you would say negative, meaning is not necessarily to in your best interest. So looking at yourself, electrical interruptions, water leaks, falling unexpectedly. Oh yes, the other one was things falling out of your hands suddenly. Yeah, just you've got something and all of a sudden it's on the floor. Be careful, because this started happening with one of our colleagues, and she unfortunately injured herself in that. So it's important to realize that there are these synchronicities going on, and the reason they're going on isn't to do with you. It's actually to do with the kind of energy we're in, right? So things that go, water leaks, electrical stuff that keeps repeating itself, feeling unsteady on your feet, the dreams that are certain characteristics, and the last one was, which which has gone out of my mind again, is to be cautious of things unexpectedly falling out of your hands, right? So bring them together. So important to keep this in mind, because it's like a symbolic way that the universe speaks to us in its own language. And knowledge is power. In this case, knowledge is protection. If you realize this, what do? You simply acknowledge, there he goes. There he goes. That's all that we need to do. And that's enough. That's enough to allow the balance to take place. Okay? So these are the things that we care for. And apart from, I think we'll do our meditation. And today's meditation, I'd like you to set an intention. And the intention is, there's lots of friends, people who have takes, who've lost family members, who've had, um, life completely changed upside down as a result of events that have taken place around them. People have died, people have become ill, families have become, different parts of, different ways of thinking. So people have been, everyone in some capacity is feeling some impact of hurt, hurt. Let's just call it hurt, dukh, hurt. So I want our intention, or I'd like to ask you, to invite you to have an intention in which our intention is that may they find the peace, may they find peace, may they find peace, may their distress be um, be relieved. May their distress be relieved. Okay, and that doesn't mean may the pain, may their distress be relieved for the welfare of the other, the best that serves you, that which removes all obstacles up from your path. So whatever way we want to look at it, but it's one of healing, it's one of caring, it's one of love. So that's the intention, that we want to bring this to our mind. So close your eyes and close your mouth. And just for a moment, bring to your mind the current climate and how it's affecting people, how so many people are hurting. And there's so many people that are fearful, concerned. So I just want you to bring that to your mind. And that information allows us to set our intention. So once you have them in mind, the intention is just to help, to aid, to support, to care, to comfort all those that need that comfort. And as you breathe in, bring your focus now to your body. The intention is set. Sense your body from the top all the way. And as you breathe in, notice there's an inner climate. In other words, you have awareness of what's present within. And you can test this. You can look at the thoughts you're having. And if you're not having any thoughts, just saying a word allows you to see and be aware of a thought. And we have awareness of how we feel, how the body feels. So take a note of how the body feels first. Light, heavy, tired. How does it feel? The overall kind of feel of the body, the density of the body, so to speak. Tamogur. And then bring your focus to the seat you're on. Notice there are sensations present in your body. Move your focus up towards your hips. Bring your focus towards your thighs. From your knees, moving down to your ankles. Notice the feet. Notice the soles of your feet. See if you can loosen your feet a bit. Coming back to your chair or seat. As you breathe in, notice the back is straight and upright. Breathing in, bring your focus towards your lower back. Breathing in, bring your focus to your middle back. Breathing in, bringing this focus to your shoulder blades. From your shoulders, you come down to your elbows. From your elbows, you come down to your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands. Notice the fingers on your hands. Bringing your focus now to your eyes. Notice the darkness. Allow your eyes, this part of the body, to relax and soften. Notice your jaw, notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. Allow your face to soften. As you breathe in, bringing your focus back to your body. your whole sense of self, so to speak, physical. Bring your focus to your chest. Notice how you feel. Settled or unsettled, comfortable or uncomfortable. Is this moment enough? Become present of the moment, bringing your focus to yourself. And in this moment, the ground beneath you exists. In this moment, the air around you exists. The space around you exists. In this moment, the stars, the sky, the trees, the grass, the insects, the flowers, the oceans, the clouds, the rain, the forest, the solar system. All of that exists in this moment, shared with you. This moment connects you to the last moment, which connects you to all the moments that ever have been. And this moment connects you to the next moment and all the moments that ever will be. Ad such, jugad such, heavy such. And this moment is a moment that's grounded in the eternal now. And all that exists is this moment. On your next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose. Notice the sensation where the air makes contact with your body as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. And as best as you can, locking your awareness to that sensation as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Stay with the breath, stay with the sensation. And you will notice that the sensation changes as the breath comes in and changes as the breath goes out. Hold your focus. And as we begin to watch the breath, we notice that the breath has an in breath and an out breath. The in breath has a start, a middle, and an end, and the out breath has a start, a middle, and an end. Following the out breath out, we notice there's a little gap at the end of the out breath, just there is at the end of the in breath. See if you can notice that gap at the end of your out breath. Allowing your breath to breathe by itself. Allowing every out breath to move you deeper and deeper into this moment of that gap between the out breath and the in breath. Notice your breath now. How are you breathing? How does your breath feel? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Does it feel long? Does it feel short? Hold your focus. Does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? Does it flow easily or does it flow erratically? Stay with your breath. Does your breath have a sound? Stay with your breath. The breath flows freely. And all you're doing is simply watching with the awareness of the sensation. Does your breath have a sound? Stay with your breath. Does the in breath sound the same as the out breath? On your next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. Sounds that may be in front of you, sounds that may be around you. Allow them to come to you. Following the sound of this bell as far as you can. Notice the stillness and the peace at the end of the bell. And this sense of peace, this sense of stillness represents healing, represents love, represents care, safety, and support. Gently bringing your focus just beneath your nose and just sitting with your breath. Taking a moment to recognize this profound gift of life expressed through the breath. Knowing that all you need to do is simply sit with your breath and life takes care of yourself. Life flows through. You are creative, conscious, flowing, as we all are. Next breath out. becoming aware of your body as best as you can. Notice you're still where you began, sensations where your body makes contact with whatever you're sitting on. You can still sense your thighs, your knees, all the way down to your ankles and your feet. Your back is straight and upright. Arms, hands, and shoulders are comfortable, relaxed. Notice your eyes are closed, still aware of the darkness. Your mouth is closed. And once again, coming back to your breath, just holding that focus beneath your nose. When you're ready, I'd like you to take your focus, if you can, towards the center of your chest. And notice what you feel. Notice how you feel in this moment. Notice your experience. And if you feel peaceful, then notice the peace. If you feel calm, notice the calmness. And imagine that in the center part of your chest is a glowing light. And this light represents a smile, just the intention to smile. Allows this part to open, thinking of someone that you love and you care for. And as that warmth appears in your heart, imagine the sound of this bell carries that warmth all around you. Just the intention of smiling brings that warmth. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a few deep breaths in, and in your own good time, opening your eyes. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you, Alan, for your suggestion. For all my friends that are listening, please consider our invitation and suggest how we can improve, how you can contribute, and let us take it as far as we can and celebrate life. Enough of fear, enough of concern. Now the time to grow and flourish. Thank you very much. Thank you for all listening. Thank you for listening and for your good wishes. So, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.